Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast. Anyway, the point is, I've been doing these for so long and I still don't know what the hell.
Yeah. Honestly, technology, it blows my mind. Who knows? But I was good. I woke up today and I checked my mic because we've obviously moved into a new house, so I
Yeah, it
haven't
looks good.
properly set things up. So I checked my mic was working. I checked everything. I was like, this needs to be set up perfectly.
Well, good. Yeah, I mean, you had some experience from last time, so
Yeah, I'm back.
you're back. This is the second time. Welcome back, Chloe. This is great.
Thank you. Ruby's just being a bit of a diva today, so I'm just going to put her on my shoulder. I'm sorry if that's a...
Oh, yeah. No, that's great.
She's just being real annoying today. But if she's there, she's happy. So
Look how colorful she is. I didn't know. Because I didn't see her last time. You talked about her.
No, I think she was on the desk before, but yeah, she's being a bit, I don't know. I think she's ready to lay an egg. Who knows?
Oh, shit.
Maybe it's her time.
Right.
I put her in a cage, what's the time? 5 minutes ago, I put her in a cage and I thought, right, I'll just do it. And then, but she kept screaming and I was like, I can't do anything with this. So I had to get her back out. It's like having a child.
Oh my gosh, for real. Yeah. Yeah, that's well, most of the people I've talked with, they have, pets or kids. And in fact, the guy I was talking about that's in Russia, his podcast comes out tomorrow. Well, his son kept getting in the camera and stuff because he had, on here you can blur you can change your background. You have that blurry one or whatever. So you had the blurred one on, but the son, you could see this shadow kind of, silhouette moving in the back, and then you could tell he could see himself kind of, and then he would get closer so that he was, so it would focus on him. And he was doing all this stuff, whatever. I said, man, that's cool,
That's
dude.
cute.
I don't mind.
Is what it is.
Yeah, so this is your second time. You're probably not as nervous.
No, I'm
You
still a
shouldn't
bit
be.
nervous, but I'm
Really?
okay. I know that it's going to be fine,
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah, most people
Yeah.
I've talked with the second time, they're like, oh, this is so much better because I was so nervous the first time, because most people, it's their first podcast. So I'm like, a podcast, just at least this one, is just a fancy word for, hey, let's chat. Let's
Yeah.
have a conversation.
And I
Hey,
don't
what's
mind
up? Right. Exactly. So that's cool. I like your stuff on the wall back there.
Thanks.
It
That's
looks nice.
courtesy of Jack, my other half. Get off my headset. He likes Star Wars, as you can tell. He's got
Yeah.
the Lego Yoda and stuff as well. But that's all that side.
Oh,
We've
that's
got
cool.
sorry, I just hit the mic. We've got one of them long we've got a kitchen unit.
Yeah.
Wooden kitchen unit, and then we put legs on it, and that's both of our gaming setups. So mine's here, and then his is just off to the left.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty
Hell
cool.
yeah.
Credit
Yeah, I
to
saw
him,
you
he did all that.
guys. Yeah, you guys play Ark. Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you're playing
do.
right
Oh my god, it's taken over my life.
now?
I don't we played it in lockdown when all COVID was around. We played it then. There was 4 of us that played it. And then I recently jumped back on it and it's just taken over my life. It's just me that plays it.
Yeah, and you're just building, right? You're just building stuff?
Yeah, and at the minute I've got it's so boring, but it's not. I've got loads of dinosaurs on the go, and I'm breeding them to do a boss battle and stuff. Oh god,
yeah.
I'm a loser.
It's a great game. I remember when I first started playing, my boys, 2 of my boys were telling me about it. And I was like, what is this now? And so I went and watched them, on their
Yeah.
screens, whatever, years ago, and when it first came out.
Yeah.
And we were playing on an Xbox. Well, then I joined in. So then and then at one point we had 5 or 6 of us in this, server, whatever. They started their own server
Tribe.
for it. Oh yeah, it was crazy. I was like, you guys, they spent so much time building and stuff. So
Yeah.
I would be gone for a week, or whatever, like off the game, and I would come back in, and I'm like, holy shit! Like they got this giant like cave that they found, and they built all this stuff around it.
Yeah.
And then we had all this stuff built up, and then one guy comes in that was like mega level with
Yeah.
like steel armor and guns that we were still chucking spears, okay?
Yeah.
and uh and this dude just comes in and wipes out half our shit like no problem.
Yeah.
Super
It's
fast,
awful.
like really he had his speed and all that shit up. I was like, what is this silver thing jumping around out there? And they're like, oh shit, get all the, start defending this stuff. And I'm like, I don't, with what? Rocks? What
Yeah.
are we doing?
Throw some rocks at him. Here you go.
Oh my God. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm dead.
it's hard.
So,
Because it's all in real time as well. Like when you breed the creatures, it's like, they'll lay like one egg a day. Let me just put her
hmm
down quickly. So because I was on PvE, but
hmm
I've changed now. So I'm just like I think it's PvP. No,
yeah.
but
Player
I'm not.
versus player.
Yeah, but so I'm on PvE now. I was on
Oh, okay.
PvP,
So
but
nobody
every
could come in
time.
and attack you or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it's just the
Gotcha.
dinosaurs that can come in now because you would like grind for a whole day trying to
Uh-huh.
get your base looking okay, and you could tell I was a noob. Like it was like thatch ceilings and wood walls, and you would go off and then you come back the next day, and so when I destroyed it all, I'm like,
Yes.
bro. So I just gave up and I was like, I need to go on PvE. So
Right.
yeah, we go on that now, and it's just so much nicer.
It is. Yeah, we did the same thing after that. We were like,
Yeah,
okay,
too
we
much.
just need to, yeah.
And it's nicer in there as well because, like, people like they jump in the chat and then they like you end up like selling things with other people and like swapping dinosaurs. Yeah, it's just easier that way. And like I built a base and it's next to the griffin bit, which I didn't realize. So now, like every time I log on, I'm probably gonna be attacked by a griffin.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
even know why I did that, but
I don't
I've
think I've
committed.
seen those.
Oh, they're good. Yeah, you
The
need to get.
Griffins?
Yeah, the griffins are good.
See, I haven't been on that game in like 2 years.
Yeah, they're
So
always
I'm
like.
sure they've
Yeah,
added
changed it
stuff.
a lot. Yeah, they have. They was meant to bring out a number two, but that keeps getting postponed. So I don't know what's happening with that.
Yeah. I mean, if they keep adding stuff to the original, it's
Mm, it's
I
silly.
don't know how they do that, but they split their development teams or something because if they put so much time into adding to the existing game,
Mm, yeah.
and then they're building another one. Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it?
right.
Who knows?
Yeah, that's good. It's fun though.
Yeah.
When I remember when I first started, they were telling me about it. I was like, so I created my character, named him, and then, he's birthed or whatever, he's like on the beach,
Yeah.
uh, naked and afraid,
Yeah.
like, and right away I'm like, cause you have to pick somewhere on the map. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell.
And yeah, you don't know where to go. Like you just
No,
spawn
and this
somewhere. How do
little
you know
like
it's a good place?
poisonous spinning dinosaur starts chasing me.
Oh yeah.
And I'm branding it, and I'm like, my screen starts turning green and shit, and I'm like, and I'm taking damage. I said, "What the fuck?
I've
What
just
is?
spawned in.
What happened?" And they're laughing. They're like, "Oh yeah, you got spit on." I'm like, "What? How do I get away?" I go in the
Yeah.
ocean. I go in the water, and then there's damn fish that are biting me. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit, dude!"
It's
So it
like
was,
it's hard. It's like sometimes like you have a whole stressful day and but you log on to Ark and you're like, right, let me just play a quick game and
yeah,
relax.
de-stress.
De-stress. I come off more stressed. I'm like, I
That's
can't
why
do
you're
this.
on it so much because you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna build this, I'm gonna get this, and
Yeah.
these dinosaurs aren't gonna kill me this time.
Oh, they will. They will.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. That's cool. Well, I'm still so I'm on Division 2 right now. So that's the
Oh
game
yeah.
I'm playing.
Hmm.
And I don't know, I'm not really. I'm like a lot of my gear and stuff is maxed out.
Yeah.
So I'm still building other like loadouts. So on there you can save different loadouts, so you can quickly switch to them. Um, so like if you're going to do a raid type of thing or something
Yeah.
like that, you can switch, or any kind of different bigger missions. If there's different kind of bosses or enemies, you can switch your loadout for whatever, you know. So there are, things I'm doing for that, but I'm spending, I just, it is, now that is a de-stressor for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get on there because my character is so, high level. Now we put it on the max, difficulty and settings
Hmm.
when we go to these missions. So it's still pretty hard, especially when, and I join randoms. It's four people in a game, and you might get two people that are fairly new, so they don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck, and then they're going and they're running out into here. I'm like, what are you doing? You can't run out of cover, bro. Like they think they can run out in the middle and just start,
Yeah.
Rambo and everybody. I'm like, they're
Nah,
dead.
not Call
And
of Duty.
then like, dude, we can't come get you. You're out fucking in the middle. Like, what are you doing? So, oh yeah.
Don't you love them players?
Oh yeah. The randoms.
Randoms.
Well, the other thing too is they added this where you can. So when you start a mission, whoever hosts it, whoever starts it, can you have options where you can make the mission more difficult.
Yeah.
So you can add directives, they call it, where let's say low ammo, so you barely have any ammo. Low health, so you start off with like no health packs,
Hmm.
shit like that. Um, so, and then your skills, that you can do all different, to make it more difficult. But the pro side of that is it's supposed to drop higher level, or better gear, which is debatable because most of the time I can't tell a difference. I'm like, what the fuck? You got all the directives on, like the hardest thing you can set on this mission, and uh, the gear that drops is still like not maxed out
Yeah.
on a lot of things. I'm like, this is retarded. What are you doing? So anyway, but you'll have new guys that go in and go, yeah, I want to get all this good gear, and they put all the directives on, and then we can't finish the mission because it's too freaking
It's too
hard
hard.
because they're new and they
Yeah.
don't have, they're not leveled up. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I had no idea.
gaming trials,
Yeah. We recently just bought what's it called? The VR headset. Is it
Oh
Quest?
yeah,
Quest 2 or whatever.
Oculus.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, we just bought that last weekend, so that's been an
nice.
experience. That's why there's like nothing behind me at the minute. We've like
Yeah,
moved all the furniture out.
clear it
It's
all
like
out.
clear it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've been playing The Walking Dead on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's so scary. Like I've nearly fallen over twice where you're like because obviously like I go to PC now, but like growing up I've always been a console player. So like
Yeah,
analog sticks are just how I play. And on the VR you have like analog sticks. So I'm so
right.
used to using an analog stick to look around, but then Jack's like, no, move your head. Like you can look
Hmm.
round with your head, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I was doing all of that, killing some zombies, and then I went to walk forward, and I was like, whoa. And Jack was like, are you okay? I was like, oh my god, I nearly fell over because
Oh yeah.
it's unreal. Like, and then I got motion sickness when I come off of it. I felt so weird when I come off of it. I was like, I need to sit down for a minute.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I
but it's different
They're
gaming.
fun, dude. I was just
So
gonna ask
fun.
you when you first told me that, I was like, have you fallen over yet? Because when my son got one like a year and a half ago when he still lived here, he was like, oh, you got to try this out, and I was still fairly unstable on my feet,
Yeah.
and so I put it on. I was like, so I'm like, hang on, let me hang on to you for a second, because he did the same thing. He had his room cleared out where nothing
Yeah.
was around. So I put it on with one hand. I'm holding on to his arm with the other, and I was like, whoa. And I think No Man's Sky. Have you ever heard of that
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
He had it linked to his computer, and he had that on his computer. So that's what he had on his headset. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was so
Insane, isn't it?
amazing to be able to do that. Like just look around, and then the sound.
Yeah.
Um, I was amazed because I didn't have like a headset or anything.
No, yeah, just the VR itself, the
Yeah,
sound is incredible, isn't it? Like you
it
can add
is.
a headset, but like you don't need it.
Uh-uh.
It's
Didn't even need it.
yeah, it's weird because there's nothing that covers your ears. So it's like
No. I think
it
it goes in, you know how it kind of
yeah, it
it
goes
goes around.
round.
I think it goes in like the sound vibrates or I think it sounds through this your
Yeah.
bones or whatever. Have you seen those cuz they have those headset things whatever that actually they don't go in your ear. They go like on the side.
No way.
Yeah, so it's like you have just as good a sound
Really?
um from it vibrating on your bones, I guess, that
Yeah.
go in there. I don't know. But I guess it's for like if you want to hear outside sound as well.
Yeah.
Like if
Yeah.
you're running on the street or, in a
Yeah.
park or something. That was a thing when I would, years ago when I would run, uh, I would always run early in the morning. It'd be dark
Mhm.
out or whatever. I would only have one headset on,
Yeah.
the over the
Just
head.
to
I
know
would
what's
just have
going
one
on.
on and one off. Yeah, because I'm like a
Yeah.
wild dog or
Yeah.
whatever, man. I need to hear some shit, okay?
Yeah, I mean, even like I don't really wear my headset. Like when I go to the gym, I put my headset on then.
Right,
But yeah, as soon as I leave, I have to walk to a car park or go to the shops or whatever. And like, yeah, you're right. Like I can't just leave them on. Like I need to know what's going on around me, or either
right.
like turn it right down or I just turn it off completely because I'm like, I don't know, my spatial awareness just goes.
Yeah, for real. Oh yeah, that freaks me out. I when the kids were growing up, I used to when we had like our sofa or couch, whatever, and then like a love seat that was not against a wall. It was kind of like up, so you could
Yeah,
kind of get behind it, whatever. And that's where I had my Xbox set up, years ago. So I would sit there, and then the kids would get home from school or whatever. I got my, you know, Turtle Beaches on
yeah.
or whatever. I'm in the game. I'm talking with people and stuff, and they would come up behind me and like tap me on the shoulder. Oh, I'm like, don't do that. What are you doing?
I'm in the zone.
Right? Scare the
Yeah.
shit out of me.
I definitely do that to Jack with the VR now. Like I walk past him and like tap him on the belly or
Oh
like,
God,
and he's like, "Stop!" But like he doesn't like scary stuff anyway. So that's just like
I don't
another.
either. You
It
said
really,
you were playing Walking Dead. I wouldn't even
yeah,
do it. I wouldn't
yeah.
even do it.
He sets it up so he can see it through his PC, and he
Yeah.
watches me do it because he's like, "Nah, I wouldn't do it."
Nope. Yeah, my son, my oldest son, who got the VR, he loves the scary games.
Yeah,
I
I love
cannot
him.
do scary games. Now I can watch scary movies, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it is. I cannot do. The last scary game I played was years ago.
Hmm.
I can't remember the name of it, but I just I can't do it.
Yeah.
It freaks me out. I get done and I'm like I'm edgy and I'm just like what like
Yeah.
irritated and nope.
At least you can do the films.
Yeah,
Yeah. I would
yeah, I
rather
can
watch
watch
a scary
things.
film by myself than like I hate when like you go and watch it like at the cinema or and everyone's like jumping and screaming over like nothing. I'm like, just wait for it to get scary. I'm like, I'm such a weirdo. I'd rather like watch it by myself than
Oh yeah.
I'm like, gotta be in the zone.
Right. Well, when we watch, my wife hates scary movies. She can't stand them. Well, and then the ones that are like demonic kind of stuff,
Yeah.
anything to do with that, she would definitely not watch. You know.
Yeah.
So, if I'm like, hey, I found a movie for us to watch. Is it scary? You know. So there'll be some, some of them that are suspenseful, but not,
Yeah.
too scary.
Thrillers.
Yeah, thrillers. She'll watch those. But so there was, and sometimes the way I scroll through stuff, I'm just like kind of spontaneous. Like, hey, I'm not going to read anything about this
Yeah.
movie or something that we've never seen before or never heard of. I'm just like, hey, let's try it. You know, we don't read the thing, we don't watch the
Yep.
trailer. And so there was one a few weeks ago. Uh, Damn, I can't remember what the name of it was. I actually mentioned it on a podcast a couple months ago. But anyway, uh, we got done or halfway through the movie. She's like, she looks at me like, we were laying in bed and she's like this with the covers. We're watching it, and she goes, "If I have nightmares, it's your fault,"
Oh,
because it was scarier than what we
yeah.
thought because we didn't look at,
Yeah.
we didn't know anything about it. But it was really good. It was really good. I have to remember the name of that shit. I can't remember.
Did a
Oh,
few
I know. It was Countdown. It was Countdown.
down.
I think it's called the Countdown or something like that. It was where it was an app on the phone that was going around
Oh, I
that
have seen that. Yeah.
it gives you a countdown for
And it tells you
the
how
day you're gonna die.
yeah. I know, I have seen that.
Yeah.
That is good. Yeah. Yeah, I
Hmm.
get that. Yeah. I get
So
why she would be a bit. Yeah,
I was
that
like,
that
oh, this looks cool. Let's do it.
the suspense was like, oh my God.
Uh huh. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
So
Imagine.
hell yeah.
Imagine if your son
So
had to do that.
so what you been up to? You got I saw you got some more gameplay stuff on your YouTube and
Yeah, I was so it's been really hot here. Like to the point where like everything is just so dry and yellow. We've got a hose pipe ban at the minute as well because there's just like it's just so dry. So airsoft itself has kind of taken a backseat this summer.
hmm
Um, and as well, like we've been trying to do the house and the garden.
right,
Just really trying to focus on getting that done because I've been off of work this
right.
summer. So yeah, I did that video. I wasn't like to be honest, I'm not that happy with it because I had a new gun, so I was trying to that gun out, and then I also had the run cam for the first time,
Uh,
and I didn't realize that my computer at the time it was struggling to like try and edit both of it at the same time. So I don't.
hmm
It's not like I'm not happy with it basically, but it was still good gameplay. So I'm like, oh, I uploaded it, but like through gritted teeth. Um, and now I'm like thinking way too much into it because I've actually lost 2 subscribers, and I was like, I bet it's because that video. I bet they
Oh
hate
shit.
it, but really they probably just hated me. So it's fine.
Nah, that's they just we have the same thing. We have the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
thing.
and when you're smaller as well, like you obviously, you get the people like sub for sub, and I'm like, I'll sub to you if I like your stuff. Like, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna sub for sub. No thanks.
Right,
You get
right.
that on
Yeah.
Instagram a lot as well, like, and then like so like the Instagram followers will like fluctuate a lot because you'll notice
hmm
that people like, they'll follow you and if they're like if they because I've got 2 Instagrams, I've obviously got my airsoft one, and if people are following me on that don't really post airsoft stuff, then I probably won't follow you back.
Right.
So then you'll notice that it will drop and yeah,
I
whatever.
do the same thing on our Instagram. I do the same thing. I have with the trifecta one, if somebody follows,
Yeah.
well, most of the time it does happen, but rarely. But they're like if I look at their profile and they
Yeah.
have no airsoft stuff, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
what? Like I don't know. I mean, that's whatever,
Yeah.
but yeah, I usually won't follow back, but anyone else that has anything to do with
Yeah.
airsoft,
I'm like, yep.
whatever, I'll follow. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care how many followers they have. I don't care how many,
Yeah.
if they have. Now, I do look at like their posts, I guess,
Hmm.
like how many posts because there's so many
Yeah.
fake Instagram accounts that, oh, this person followed you, this person followed you, this person followed you. And you look and there's like zero posts
Yeah.
and,
And
like
then they
it's a new
message
account.
you like,
Yeah. Oh
"Hi,
God, dude.
you want to get some gym wear?" I'm like, "This is an airsoft Instagram. Do you think I need gym wear?"
Well, the guys we get, I don't know if you girls get it on your accounts, but all we get are the fake women accounts.
Yeah, I
So
get like
it's
sugar mummies
yeah, the
messaging me up.
18 plus adult, whatever, click on this link kind of shit. I'm like,
I want to be your
no
sugar
thanks. I
mummy.
don't
I'm
want a
like,
virus on
okay.
my phone right now. Thank you. Block, block. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's sad because like people must fall for it, otherwise it wouldn't be
Right.
so rife. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's scary. Even like the texts. Recently I've got loads of texts that are
Oh
obviously
yeah.
scam. But
Same.
yeah, but people must fall for it because it's on the up and coming.
So it must be a common thing.
Yeah, people do it with giveaways, like you just said, like when the people on Instagram do a giveaway,
Yeah.
then the people, the scammers, then latch onto that. And then I remember I got a message, and he had created a new Instagram all on this guy saying, "Oh, the winners will be messaged on this account," and da da da. So I ended up screenshotting it and sending it to the original guy, and he was like, "Yeah, I've gotten so many messages. Like, I'm gonna put it on my story. It's fake."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it's mad. Like, giveaways, people do it out of like the kindness of their hearts and,
Right.
ways for people to, be able to join the experience of it all. And then people just jump on that and, I don't know, take advantage of it, I guess. It's sad.
Sure. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure what the end game is. I'm
No.
just your what is it? What are they trying to get? Your
Hmm.
name, phone number, and address? Like
Yeah. I mean, like, if
I don't
anyone
know.
hacked my phone, they'll be sorely disappointed. Screenshots of Ark or pictures of Ruby. Like, if they got on there, they'd be like, oh, okay.
No shit. Like yeah, mine too. Like all my half my pictures are the stuff from these podcasts.
Yeah.
The stuff I post on Instagram for all that. So
Yeah. And
and
the
then
one
all my kids.
yeah, one that I do get is when you get the emails and it's like, I saw what you did through your camera, and I'm like, all you would have seen was my double chins looking at my Instagram feed. It's like, that's all you would have saw. If you've got pictures of them, good luck to you.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I got an email last year said like two emails from the same account, whatever, saying the first one was something like that, right?
Yeah.
And then this I didn't respond. The second one was something like I know your password to this or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm going if you don't send me money, basically, I'm going to release all these pictures, or whatever, something
Yeah.
to the I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going like, what pictures? Okay, whatever,
Okay,
dude. Like,
me.
I don't have anything. I'm
Yeah.
not the kind of person that takes those kind of pictures. So
Yeah.
I just, I'm like, no, dude.
Good luck.
Good luck.
And if you
What,
found any, I'm sure no one will pay for them.
I'm saying, and it's hard to embarrass me. So
Yeah.
put it out there, bro. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm sure people would report it and take it down. No one needs to see that.
No shit.
No one needs to see me.
Mm,
Yeah, honestly.
hell
But
no.
obviously people, it does happen to them and it is sad.
Right. Right. Yeah.
We need to
That's
learn.
So listen, people, take care
Yeah.
of your shit, okay?
Take care of
Don't
your
be
nudes, okay?
yeah. Yeah, for real. Don't be put them in a secure folder.
Yeah.
They have stuff you can put in there like apps or whatever you can secure all that shit.
There is a few Netflix documentaries around like that stuff. What is it? Is the most hated guy in America?
I just watched that not long ago
Yeah,
or
that's
started watching it.
mad. You start watching it and you're like, you kind of go shrug your shoulders and you're like, well, it's the girl's fault kind of thing. But then obviously when I don't know, I don't want to say too much if people want to watch it, but then you slowly learn that you're like, oh, whoa, there was actually some
Yeah.
other stuff going on there.
Yeah, my takeaway on that, and this is why I stopped watching it, is so like the first girl
Yeah,
that they had on there.
yeah,
I'm going. So I'm still waiting for this. Like, how did it ruin her life?
yeah, no, yeah,
What happened? Did he take a bunch of money? Did he scam her and take a bunch of money? No.
no.
Uh, did he talk her into doing something she didn't want to do?
No.
No. Was she physically harmed? No.
She had to tell her
What
stepdad,
did
didn't
she
she?
lose her job over it? No. Like what? I'm going, what? What? Oh, it ruined my life. Like what? What did? because some 12-year-old kid on
Yeah.
internet was making bad comments about you? Oh,
That's just
dude,
the
I said,
internet, isn't it? Like, it still
oh,
happens now, you know?
like, dude, okay. Okay, so listen, please, people, get some strength inside yourself. Be emotionally and mentally strong enough to handle bad words to you. When
Yeah.
somebody says you're fat and ugly and stupid and dumb and you wear glasses and your hair looks like shit, then say, just
Okay.
laugh. Okay? Like, I don't get this. Like, oh, they made fun of me on the internet, and um, I'm like,
Okay.
and
Do you know them?
but did you die? You know that patch everyone wears.
Yeah.
But did you die? Like, bro.
But it hurt my feelings.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Okay. Like, why would I don't understand why somebody cares what these people think that they don't even know. Like,
Yeah.
they really don't know. Like, don't you care about what your family think? You know, people that you care about,
Yeah.
but random people that you don't even know, especially online. Like, you don't know fake accounts and all this
Yeah.
shit. Like,
Or like everything's, you know, even the celebrities, everything's like, don't believe anything on social media anymore.
yeah,
So,
for
and it's
real.
always these like keyboard warriors that are, you know,
Exactly.
let them do what they
Yeah.
need to do.
It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
No.
Nah, I don't know. I welcome the negative. I wish somebody would like. I kind of just want to see how it feels.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it. I think I would
I'll make
laugh.
a fake account for you, okay?
Yeah, that'd be
And I
great.
heckle you.
Start a bunch of negative shit about me, okay? Like, I don't know. Like,
Break some
I,
rumors.
for real. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't
And I
get it.
mean, you know, if people are saying this stuff and it is hurting you and you have them insecurities, you know, I'm someone that, you know, if I have them insecurities, then I'll try and fix them. You know, like if I'm feeling, you know, a bit fat, go to the gym. You know,
Yeah.
you know, you try and sort your own insecurities out, so then you feel better about yourself. So yeah, do what you need to do in this life. You know,
Right.
I like when I'm in my airsoft stuff, and especially before where I used to like wear the dye mask. Now I wear a helmet and stuff. But like you kind of like get into character. Like when you're obviously in the safe zone, you know, chatting, laughing, then they're like, you know, heading out in 5 minutes, and you get all your gear on, and that's it. There's like a switch that like because I'm chatty, happy, you know, most of the time. But when I get that airsoft gear on, I'm like focus. I'm like I'm gonna kill
All
some
business.
people.
All business.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
weird. And my brother's like,
Oh
so we
yeah.
sometimes know my brother, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
In the
ready.
zone.
I'm in the zone."
I'm ready to start killing.
Yeah. And then like
Oh yeah.
sometimes when I look back on the footage, I'm like, Chloe, why are you shouting so much at your own team? Relax. They're just new. You can see that.
Oh, that's funny. No, I love it though. That's that's the kind of energy that
Yeah.
teams need,
Yeah.
for real.
I mean, especially when they get shouted at by a girl. So then they're like, oh, I better do it now.
She ain't gonna show me up. I'm gonna beat her.
I'm gonna beat her.
Oh
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
missed it. We need to, I think, yeah, September. It's my birthday next weekend. So once that's done,
Oh yeah. Happy
um,
birthday.
thank you. We are, yeah, back to airsoft, back to making videos. Yeah, it's all good.
Good.
It's all good in the hood.
Do you guys have any big events in your area coming up, like airsoft events, like Mill
Well,
Sims or
so
anything like that?
Wilson's have kind of like, you know, since COVID is when I joined as well. So I've only, you know, been
Right.
in it 3 or so years, or not even that, I don't think. They've kind of just like limped off. You
Hmm.
don't really hear much from them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what's happening with them. I know there are a few of like airsoft places do a Milsim weekend. But that's like, you know, you have to know people to get an
Right.
invite kind of thing. Um yeah, and to be honest, my gear isn't Milsim ready anyway. Like I know that. I would probably, you know, you would go there and get frowned upon. I don't know if Milsim's the same with you guys, but it's like another class. Um, yeah, so I don't know, but it's definitely something that I would want to do. It's not like, I would just borrow one of Jack's guns and, because all of mine are like the windy mags, and whereas he's got, the gas
The
and
mid caps and the
yeah, so I would just, borrow his gun and be away with it. And I do need to get a chest rig, like a proper one. I've only just got that small one. Again, I just go lightweight just
yeah.
so I can like run like a headless chicken around the map.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, you're out there. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I
you're
paid
in
to
it.
be here,
You're in the front. You're in the front.
I paid for it. Let's go.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, so I don't know about the events. We've got next weekend. It always falls on my birthday weekend, so I haven't been. It's the National Airsoft event thingy.
Oh,
But I haven't heard good things from it. So basically, that you can that like they're playing, you can play airsoft all weekend. You can go in whenever you want, come back out, and then it's also like camping. Of an
oh,
evening, it's
okay.
like music. Like it sounds really good. There's
Yeah,
music. There's drink. There's food, and you can camp there, and then you can go and play airsoft if you want, then come back out. So it's like a roll-on airsoft game, like all day,
yeah.
from what I can sort of gather. So it does sound amazing, and I haven't been because it always falls on my birthday weekend.
Gotcha.
Um, but yeah, from what I've heard, people I don't know, they just don't say it's very good. I think if I was to go, I probably wouldn't do the airsoft. I'd maybe just do like the camping experience, and
Yeah.
they have like different
They have
stalls out
vendors
there.
and
Yeah, yeah. So I think it would be a really good experience, but yeah, it's just always getting down there. Because I think it's
is
like a
it?
couple of hours for me,
Oh,
so it's
okay.
quite far
Yeah.
away. Um, yeah, I don't know. I do need to look into it. Maybe after this year, because we are in like a women's airsoft group now on WhatsApp. So I think a
Yeah.
couple of the girls are going to go there this year, and I'm just going to see what their feedback is like, and maybe next year.
Yeah.
But then
That's
I'm
the
like, I should go. But then I'm like, oh, my friends are like, because none of my girlfriends play airsoft. I'm like, the only one, and then our airsoft friends. So they're always like, oh, let's go out and get drunk, and I'm like, oh, but there's an airsoft event, and then they're like, come on, Chloe. I'm like, okay. Let's put my heels on and go out.
Oh, dang it.
I guess I'll have some shots.
Shot, shot, shot. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so I do need to go, but it's just you just don't hear, especially like from what I've heard, like there are people that are really well known in the airsoft community, and like I believe what they say to me. So if they're telling me it's not very good, I'm like, ooh,
Right.
maybe if they're sort of if they're sort of saying that to me, but they're not saying don't go. They're still saying go and experience it, but
Mm-hmm.
from their
Yeah, it's probably
experience,
good with networking, like
yeah.
getting to know, meet a lot of different people and
Mm.
vendors and, stuff like that. Because like if you guys, are you and Jack part of a team? Like, do you
We
guys have like
was,
a,
um,
okay.
but it was just a bit too strict
Mm,
for us. It was when we just started up as well,
right.
um, and it was just very, there was just a lot of rules and
Mm-hmm.
regulations. So I ended up just saying, I said, Jack, you can stay in it, but for right now, I was like a couple of months into airsoft, and it
Oh,
was
shit.
like, yeah, it was like being in the army. I was like, this is a lot. And you know what? I'm like, I will just run and go, and the group
Yeah.
are like, no, we need to stay together. And I'm like, I can't. I get itchy feet. Like, I need to move.
Yeah.
Like, this is why my loadout is like this, so I can run. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and they had, LMGs, and, they had all the gear, like, thousands of pounds worth of stuff. And
Yeah.
there's me, like, with my little G&G UMP. But now, I think definitely now I'm a bit more, into airsoft, and I know a bit more about it and a bit more aware of it. I probably would do if there was the right one to come around. I would have to do like a trial period within a team,
Mm-hmm.
just because I'd love it, and when I'm there I'm so like focused and serious and whatever else,
Yeah.
but like once I'm home and I'm like, yeah, there are other things other than airsoft, like I've got work, I've got
Sure.
gym, I've got family, but yeah, that experience from that team was different, but I know that not all teams are going to be like that.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
maybe.
that's the benefit, like those big festivals like that where you
Yeah.
have all these vendors. What I've seen is, these teams, like the airsoft teams, they, one of their things they want is to get sponsored, by
Yep.
one of the airsoft companies or whatever, and and not even, it's not like, oh, we get free stuff. It kind of legitimizes their team, it
Yeah.
makes them, kind of stand out more, and they,
Yeah.
they're proud to sponsor some of these companies that,
Yeah.
are airsoft and support airsoft and that kind of thing. So it's, but that's a big benefit for these festival things where they, it's kind of a meet and greet
Yeah.
where you get to see all these different people and new companies that are coming up, that, into airsoft and that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah. I
sounds
think.
fun though. I've talked with a couple people that have
Yeah.
been to that and told me
Yeah.
about it. It's like, oh yeah, there's like 3,000 people. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is
It
this
sounds
now?
insane.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Like I mean, it got me on, camping, like drink and like music. I was like, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, for
And then with
sure.
the additional of like it being about airsoft, I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. I want to go. Um, yeah, but I think because I'm in like the WhatsApp group that I said it's the UK Airsoft ladies.
I was
So I
just going
guess
to
I
ask you that.
sort of
Okay. UCal.
yeah, I guess I am
Nice.
kind of in a team, but like again, the girls, they say they're going to meet at this place, and if you can go, you can go. If you can't, you can't. It's very
Right.
relaxed. And when you upload a picture, you can tag me in, and if you need anything on the group. I mean, I'm quite quiet on the group, but like if anyone needs anything, then I know the answer to. I'll happily, chip in and whatever. And the girls are
Yeah.
amazing on there. Like they've got a couple of sponsors that we
Hmm.
get discounts for, which is again insane. Like that
Yeah.
they've been able to do that. I haven't used any yet, but if the like do you know
Lone
the
Star Tactical.
yeah, that's him, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got one
I
of
asked
them.
him to be on the podcast. This is like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And, so I'm still trying to get him on because at the time, it wasn't the right time for him at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I want to talk with him. Yeah.
Yeah, he seems lovely. Like when he's been in the chat, because he's in the WhatsApp, he's like the only boy in the WhatsApp group. He's very outnumbered. But yeah,
Oh
he
yeah.
seems, every time people ask a question, because he's obviously very knowledgeable within airsoft anyway,
Right.
and he's always there, like to answer anyone. So basically, he just answers everyone's question.
Nice.
That's why I never have to say anything. But also, like you learn from being in there as well.
Well, I've
Um,
talked with, I'm trying to remember how many, I think almost all the girls I've talked with over in the UK, you're part of the UCal,
yeah,
Alex Hillary,
yeah. She's
um,
I think she's the owner, the co-owner.
yeah, her and her friend,
Yeah, Drew.
GSG,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, I met with her
started it.
actually. She yeah, she said, "Oh, who's going to be at Driverwood?" And I said, "Oh, who are you going to be with?" And she was like, "No one." I was like, "I'm coming down then." And then yeah, I ended up meeting her.
Oh
She's
shit,
a
nice.
sniper. And I
Yeah,
was like, "Whoa." Like, her gear, like when she got her ghillie on, I was like, when I was running back to respawn, she was like, "You're right." And I was like, "Oh my God." I didn't even see her. It was
yeah.
insane. Um yeah, she was real good. It was nice to see a
What
girl and a sniper as well. It's I've never seen it
exactly?
before.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah, I was really intrigued by it.
So I was gonna say, what are you? Have you ever thought about doing that? I know you said you gotta go, you gotta run and all
Yeah,
that, but
I would.
does
I
that interest you at all?
To be honest, right? So my brother's got a sniper, and I can't remember what it is. Let's see if I can. If while I'm talking, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, do you want to hold it and see if you can shoot it?" I'm not gonna lie, it was nearly taller than me. There is like he had to help me hold it up to be able to shoot it. It was that insane. Um, so I don't know if I would ever be able to physically move with a sniper. I would have to really go hard at the gym with upper body.
Uh-huh.
I
Well,
can't
do you
find what
follow
he has.
have you heard of there's a girl I did a podcast with, she's in Canada, and she's a sniper. And
Okay.
it is Sniper Chick. If you look up Sniper Chick on
Oh,
Instagram,
I
uh
recognize the name.
she has a picture. We actually talked about it. I think I brought it up on the podcast, or actually showed it on the podcast, but she has a picture of her and two of her guys that she runs
Yeah.
with. They're on the side, she's in the middle, and she's like 5'2" or something,
Yeah,
and the dudes are, 6 foot or bigger, and and so she's dwarfed in this picture, and she's holding a sniper that is like this
bigger
much
than her.
taller than her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
I'm
crazy.
5'2" as well. So yeah, I know exactly how she feels. It's insane. I mean, obviously they need to be that big. I can't find her.
Yeah, she was in the military,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, so she has a lot of background with the sniping and all that kind of stuff from the military. Well,
That's amazing.
she does these workouts when she posts on her stories sometimes.
Yeah.
She'll do these hiking like trail runs, you know,
Wow.
with a full plate,
Yeah, I've
uh,
seen people do that.
with the plates on, and
That's
then she'll do pull-ups
with it.
with the plates, with her chest rate with the
Nice.
full plate carrier, full of real plates, and I'm
Yeah,
like, dude, yeah,
she's
that
the
is
one.
for real now.
That's business.
I'm saying, yeah,
Wow.
it's inspirational for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
you know.
That's insane. Sorry, let me just
So
move over.
what does your workout consist of when you go to the gym?
So at the minute I'm trying to add in a bit of cardio, but normally it's no cardio. But I do a push pull legs. No, well, I do glutes, push pull legs, and then repeat, 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 basically.
Gotcha.
But sometimes I'll put in like a random ab session, along with like when I'm doing my upper body, my push and my pull days, then I'll do like a bit of hit cardio because I hate cardio, but if I do hit, then it's over in like 10 minutes.
Right, it's short.
Yeah, and it's just done.
Hmm.
But that's probably why I hate cardio because when I do it, I just like to get it over and done with.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but normally I wouldn't like after work because I'm up and about and doing whatever at work. I normally wouldn't think about doing cardio, but now because I've been off this month, yeah, I've been trying. I've been trying.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah, the gym's going
I've
well.
seen a lot of stuff about cardio lately that they don't really like. Cardiovascular
Yeah.
is what cardio is, and if you're trying to build that, then it's
Mm.
great.
Yeah.
Like your breathing and all that stuff. Getting endurance. But as far as like getting
Jacked.
losing fat,
Yeah.
burning fat. A lot of people
Yeah.
associate cardio with burning fat, and
Yeah.
it's inaccurate.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
a girl at work, I popped a lot of her bubbles. She was going to the gym, and do you know them waist trainer thingies? I don't know if you have
yeah.
them. Yeah, and then they're meant to help you lose weight and you sweat it out.
Uh-huh.
And she was wearing them, and I popped a lot of her little bubbles that she had theories on about losing weight, and I was like, they don't work. I was like, yes, you're sweating, and yes, it's pulling you in, and you may feel skip, but I was like, one, it's all mental, like you
Uh-huh.
think that you still look that way. I said, and because you're sweating doesn't mean you're losing weight. I said it just means you're losing water. So you're
Yep.
losing water weight, but you need water because then you'll be dehydrated. And she's like,
Yep.
oh, and there were some other things that she was like, oh yeah, I do this. And I was like, why?
Right?
She was like, I don't eat for 2 days and then, I eat. And I'm like, again, why? Like,
Yeah.
what you've eaten in that one day probably equals to more than you would normally do over them 2 days. So in reality, you've done nothing. You've
Yeah.
just starved
Well,
yourself.
now that I will say I did, I've been learning a lot about this fasting thing lately.
Yep.
And so when I was coming off of the medication, the steroids and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff, and I was swelled up and I had a lot of swelling. And so tons of water weight, and
Yeah.
just I look, you know so I look like a balloon, water balloon, just
Little
and
puffer fish.
I really was. And I was like, so I heard about this fasting thing. Well,
Yeah.
I started the intermittent fasting. So I would do like 14, 16 hours, whatever,
Yeah.
And I was, I grew up with or not grew up, but it was after the military when I started learning, kind of like nutrition stuff.
Hmm.
I was I I was like, okay, so going long, long periods without eating is not good for you because your all your metabolism
Yeah.
drops and your, whatever. And then when you eat, it drops even more because all the blood goes to your stomach to digest all this food and then it, store your body thinks it's starving, so it stores, some initial part of what you ate as fat, because that's what you survive on
Yeah.
if you're going to be starving. So it'll eat your muscle first, not your fat. That's why cardio does not work for burning fat. Like,
Yeah.
I remember the first time I learned this, I was like 95, 94. Right after I got out of the military, I went to the gym and this guy was like, I was still in the Marines. We run
Yeah. Yeah.
forever, like nonstop. And then, so I would run on the treadmill but I would do like 5 miles on the treadmill and then I'd go lift. And I remember this guy was sitting in the back. He's on like this one of these sit down bikes where you're kind of sitting back,
Oh,
just
yeah.
chilling. He's reading a
Yeah.
magazine, and this dude's fucking huge. Okay, bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And so we started talking one day. He was in the Marine Corps as well. So we're talking, and I can't remember. I was asking him about something, tips or something. He's
Yeah.
like, "Well, the first thing you want to do is stop running." And I said, "What?" He's like, "Have you ever seen a bodybuilder go jogging?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Yeah, and they have like 5% body fat." I said,
Yeah.
"What the fuck? What? I don't get it." And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's not. You don't need to, So there's a fat burning zone and then a
Yeah.
cardio zone, whatever." But
Yeah.
so anyway, yeah, the cardio thing is not like, uh, that important with
No,
burning
no.
fat. But the
And it's people
fasting
can't
thing I
understand, but
did.
it is hard to understand. Like,
Hmm.
we've associated it with that for so long that
Right. That's the big part. We've
yeah,
had this idea for so long that
that
well,
is
it's
what
just
you
like
do.
eating fat is,
Yeah.
makes you fat, right?
Yeah.
We grew up with that, and
Yeah.
that's totally untrue.
Yeah, yeah. I
We're
have to tell
finding out
my
now
friends all the
it's better
time.
for you.
You need fats. And they're like, no,
Right.
no, no, I'll cut out. And I'm like, no, 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 you need, or like, the other thing, carbs. I'm cutting out
Uh-huh.
carbs. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 you need carbs.
Yep.
They're like, what do you mean you need it? Like, and I'm like, oh, I can't. Like, because I don't really understand all the nutrition side of it. I think that's
Sure.
where my downfall is. And as well, because I'm a picky eater, that it's, sometimes I'm like, oh well. But I think if I was to like actually put my head into it and learn it a bit more, then I probably would understand it. But
Yeah.
so it's hard for me when people say, oh, I'm going to do this. And I'm like, oh, you shouldn't do that because of this. And I can't give them a proper reason why. But in my mind, I know that they shouldn't do it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fasting thing I was going to say I lost probably I think I lost 40 pounds
Wow.
doing the fasting thing.
Yeah.
Now, that's not, normal
Yeah.
results
Yeah.
because it was a lot of water weight. So, number one, when I started the fasting, I stopped drinking. So I was drinking every day.
Yeah.
Beer, right? Tons of beer every day. Well, then,
I found out the other day a beer is like 300 calories. One beer. That's insane.
well, yeah. Well, that's the regular beers. Yeah. The
That's
stout
like
beers and all that.
300 calories is like my breakfast.
The beers I drink, they're 110,
Oh, that's better.
110.
That's better.
So, but
Yeah.
still, I
52.
drink, when I do drink.
Yeah.
So, I was drinking all the time. Like,
Yeah.
even back when you and I talked the first time, uh, and then I stopped drinking for the whole month of June.
Mhm.
I just wanted to see. I just was like,
Yeah.
I'm tired of drinking
Period.
every day. I
Yeah.
just want to see if I can do it. And then, so I stopped drinking for the month of June, barely drank in July. And then this whole month of August, I think I've drank twice.
Wow.
So I'm like, holy shit, this is what it's like to be a social drinker. I didn't know because
Yeah.
I drank all
Yeah.
the time. So, oh yeah, it
How do
feels
you feel
good.
now? Yeah, I'm about
I
to
feel
say.
awesome. I feel
Yeah. Are
really
you a bit of a
good.
lightweight now? Like when you have a drink, are you like, ooh,
Hell yes.
yeah,
Oh, I
keep it
went
that
to,
way.
yeah, I went to, my wife and I went to her parents' house. They live like 5 miles from us,
Yeah.
10 minutes away. And went over there weeks ago and for dinner and stuff. And I drank over there. like 2 beers, and
Yeah.
I started feeling it. And I'm like, holy shit. And then he brings out, he's like, hey, I got this old whiskey or whatever. You want a shot? I'm like, hell yeah. I did a shot and I was like, hold on now. Whoa. What is going on? I am a serious lightweight now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like you go out, just spend like, 30 pounds and you're done.
Oh, that's been the best part. I
Yeah.
am not buying beer every day. I'm not buying, vodka or whiskey or
Yeah.
bourbon. My yeah, my I have all this extra money. I'm going,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
What?
Oh shit. Oh yeah, I'm not buying all this alcohol.
It's crazy, isn't
Because
it?
I was probably spending on average maybe $100 a week
Wow.
on beer and liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So
Well, they say don't drink your calories.
yeah, for real.
That's like one thing that I learned really early on that I like preach to everyone. I'm like, if you're gonna try and cut, don't drink your calories. And they're like, what does that
Yeah,
mean? I'm like, if you have like full fat Coke or juice or anything like that, I said, just don't drink it. I was like, water's
yeah,
just as good. Or there's, supplements now that you can have that, flavored water or anything like that. It's just
yeah.
better.
Well,
So yeah,
there's
that's definitely one rule.
that's the other fallacy too. The oh, fruit juice is good for you, right? And they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, fruit juice is really good for you. I'm like, not really. I mean, it does give you some nutrients, but
Yeah.
it's a lot of calories and a lot of sugar. That
Yeah.
unless you're counting it as your meal, that's
Yeah.
different. But yeah, like you said, don't drink your calories, and that's
No.
one thing that I've never been. I always drank them with alcohol,
Yeah.
but not with. I'm not a big soda drinker or
No.
whatever, so I don't drink. I
Yeah.
cannot stand if I'm not drinking alcohol. I can't. I won't even drink like it just bugs me to drink something that has a ton of sugar in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
If
don't
you're not
know.
like if
It's
I'm not
just in my
getting
head.
boozy, what's the point?
Right. Why would I drink these calories if I'm
Yeah.
not getting a good effect from it? Okay.
I'm not
It's a
here for it.
waste.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page.
I did this. So, I follow this guy on Instagram that's MMA fighter.
Hmm.
God, I can't think of his name. He's not like, super well known, but he
Yeah.
has this program and he does this 10-day fast. So,
Wow.
contest.
Yeah.
So, and he sells super greens, right? The
Yeah.
supplements. So anyway, I got on this thing. I was like, I'm going to do this 10-day fast. Well, I lasted 5 days. Okay.
That's
So
good.
no calories for 5 days.
What?
That's how I lost those 40 pounds in 5 days. But like I said, it was a lot of swelling,
Yeah.
the water
Yeah.
weight that I was, that I had. So, but yeah, it felt really good. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. It was really amazing to feel the change every day.
Hmm.
Obviously, there's some hunger pangs.
Yeah.
It's very discomforting that way.
Yeah.
Um, but I needed less sleep. Like I got
Yeah.
less sleep
And I bet it was
because,
easier like getting up as well and like, just the whole
dude.
experience of it all.
Well, you know what it did too was the mental part.
Hmm.
It broke. Like it made me realize how much of a habit we're in
Yeah.
of how much of our thought every day is about food, our next
Yeah.
meal,
Yeah.
prepping, planning, looking forward to it, and all this shit. And that after like day three, that goes away. Like you stop thinking about it. Like, yeah, you're hungry,
Yeah.
but it's I don't have to. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to prep any food. Oh yeah, I didn't have to bring anything to work. Oh yeah, I don't have to stop and get something to cook on the way home or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's no meal prep, bro. It's just,
Yeah.
you're drinking water and super greens every day. So it's really good. I mean, it was good for me.
Yeah.
Uh, and a lot of people have some really good success with it. And not only that, you well, I didn't feel any like aches and pains that I had before. which I don't really have a whole lot anyway.
Hmm.
But still, I felt better. I felt like
Yeah.
I could move better. I was more alert. Obviously, all your senses go up, are heightened and everything
Yeah.
because you're starving. So your body goes, "Oh
Hey.
shit, we need to find food."
Yeah. Caveman kicks in.
Right. Sight is better, the
Yeah.
hearing, the smell, and I feel better. Yeah, it was really cool. But it worked well for me. But it
Yeah.
is very difficult. It is very difficult. Like you've got to make this choice and be
Yeah.
like, I'm not
Commitment.
cheating no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I don't like, you've got to have such willpower to do that. Like even 5 days of that, that's insane. Like I don't even think I would go half a day. Like as I say, like I'm a fussy eater, but like I eat food.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the other thing too is, and I don't think that somebody needs to fast to lose weight. The best shape in my life I've ever been in was after the military. I did this program called Body for Life, and it was by Bill Phillips. I got the book, and I somebody at work told me about it. This is like '95, and so 3 months. The program was very, very simple, which I
Mhm.
love, and which why it was so popular. But it was eat 4 to 6 meals a day,
Yeah. Oh yeah,
very
I've heard
small,
this.
right? Every
Yeah.
2 to 3 hours, have a balance of protein, carbs, and vegetables. That's it.
Yeah.
And drink tons of, drink X amount of water per day. That was it. That was the program. Like,
Yeah.
and he had this list in the book of proteins, carbs, and vegetables, and you
Yeah.
just pick one
And
of
then
from
done.
each.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one meal. And the meal size, you didn't have to measure shit. It was a roundabout, so the size of your palm.
Yeah.
So if it can fit in the size of your palm, that is your portion size.
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, if it's if you're smaller than someone else, or if I had bigger hands or whatever,
Yeah.
that portion size is appropriate for me.
I'd be like this. Yeah, two
Yeah.
hands.
The thing is though, when now it does take a lot of work because of meal prep. Four
Yeah.
to six meals a day, even though they're small, you've still got to put them in something. You got to make
Yeah.
it. You got to put them in something. You have to take it with you. You have to, so it is a little more it's kind of a chore that way. But I went from 200, I think I was 245 or something like that,
Mhm.
245 pounds at the time. This is when I gained weight after I started this other job, whatever, years after I got out of the military. So it was the first time I had gained weight. It was the first time I was fat, like that I had a gut in my whole life. Because I was in sports growing up,
Yeah.
pretty intense sports, and then right into the military, and then for years after I stayed in shape, and then I was like I started this night shift job, and it was a big change.
Yeah.
I had started smoking, and then I was eating all different times and drinking and all this shit.
Yeah.
So I gained all this weight. I was like, man, hell with this. I need to get rid of this. Well, that's when I started the program. So I went from 245 to 210 pounds and went from 22% body fat down to
Yeah.
10
Wow.
in 3 months, 90
Yeah.
days. Now I was working out 6 days a week. So that was the
Yep.
program, 6 days a week, 3 days of lifting, 3 days of, cardio,
Yep.
running or whatever. And then the eating the 4 to 6 meals a day. I did that for 3 months, and
Yeah.
that was the best shape, and I felt really good.
Yeah. I've heard of that
Healthy.
program before. And I think, yeah, that's something that probably would benefit me. I feel like I try and do my 3 meals a day, and then I'll find, either between lunch and dinner, I'll get hungry, or after dinner, I'll get hungry. And then I
Yeah.
end up having like another snack, and then that's like four when I didn't count that because like in my head I'm like, right, no, these are my calories for these 3 meals. But then
Yeah.
when I'm hungry, I'm like, well, let me have a snack. And I think that's where my downfall is. I would definitely like to try that one. That one probably sounds the best for me.
Oh, it's
Smaller
yeah.
meals and more of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your small meal. So especially when you first start the program, if
Mm,
you're used to eating bigger meals, farther apart, uh, you're used to eating more in one sitting. So this is an adjustment. You will be hungry. So
Yeah,
you'll be
yeah,
done eating this portioned out
yeah,
amount and you're like, well, shit, I'm still hungry. Well, when you're hungry, you drink more water
yeah.
and it'll curb that a little bit. But by the time you start getting hungry again,
You're ready to eat
it's
again.
time to eat.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that
every
works well.
I ate every 2.5 hours. I did 6 meals a day
Yeah,
because I was trying to build some muscle as well
yeah,
in my workouts. Yeah, great results.
yeah.
And these programs still work. There's tons of them out there.
There is. There's it's just finding the one
Yeah,
that suits you, isn't it? It's
right. You got to be consistent. So
yeah,
find one that you can be consistent with, and that's
yeah,
good. I mean, everyone knows, most people know what to do. I mean, they really
yeah,
do. They
yeah,
know that they ate, shitty. If you're eating McDonald's, if you're eating fucking
yeah.
junk, if you
You
drink
know, where
soda,
you're going wrong.
like, dude, if you don't know that those things are bad for you and that's why you're overweight,
Yeah,
then
no hope.
bro, you ain't losing weight, okay? Because
Yeah,
I'm
you're
telling you.
oblivious to it. So
Yeah, and the other thing too is inspiration to stay motivated. Like motivation comes from action,
mm,
100%. You are not. You can be inspired by seeing somebody's story, like on Instagram, or where you see these people that have overcome that
yeah,
really bad habits for years, and they're like they start losing. They'll lose like 100 pounds. Those are inspirational, but that'll get you kind of in the mindset. But
yeah,
action is what motivates. Like, "Oh, I just don't feel motivated to work out." No shit, no one does. What are you
yeah,
talking about? Like, duh.
yeah,
Like, you've got to go do it,
yeah,
and then you
yeah.
get motivated. It's like 5 minutes into your workout, then you're like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I
this is
got this
it.
shit now."
Yeah,
There you go. You get a little warmed up, and you're like, "Yeah, let's do this."
yeah,
But sitting
yeah.
on
It's
your
so
fucking
true.
couch, you're not gonna be like struck with motivation.
Yeah,
What the
we're gonna
fuck?
conquer the world. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm definitely someone, like I say, I've been off this month and still been setting my alarm really early because, if I have a lay in and I don't get up till like, 10, 11 or whatever, yeah, like you say, I'll probably sit there watching Netflix all day and won't do anything. But then when it comes to 8 o'clock at night, I'll get upset and I'll throw a little tantrum and I'm like, oh, I'm a rubbish person. I should have done this. I should have done that. So yeah, it is hard. Like, and also sometimes like going to the gym, I'm sometimes like, I don't want to go, but you make yourself, and as soon as I walk up them stairs, I'm like, yeah, let's do this now. I'm here. Let's kill it.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
It's hard.
So you're off. So you're a teacher at a
Hmm.
school, and you guys. I remember when you messaged me when I asked you about coming on the podcast. Just like a month ago or something.
Yeah,
You were talking about school was ending. So here in America, we have our summer. When the kids are out of school, starts
yeah,
around the first week of June. So like June 6th is a
yeah,
typical, or 5th or whatever, is like a typical end time for all the public schools in America.
yeah,
And then around this time, like the kids just started back to school. What is today? The 21st. They started last Monday.
yeah.
Okay. So they're off for, it's around 3 months. And
Wow.
do you guys have a similar, like, how does your summer vacation stuff?
So it's sort of like the end of July, sort of the like it depends. Like private schools finish earlier or public schools finish. It sort of varies, but towards the end of July, everyone's finished, and then in August, everyone's off. So you get about 6 weeks off in summer.
Mm,
And then in September, everyone then goes back, depending on, again, like, some people go the first week of September, or like I'm going on the 30th of August, so I'm actually going back really early.
yeah.
But it all just works with like government and all the government funding and stuff. So you have to be open a certain amount of weeks in the
Right.
year. So if we were to go back in August, then we wouldn't be able to finish till like Christmas Eve, I think. So because we're going back a week earlier, we can finish a week earlier in
Oh,
Christmas time.
okay.
So it's
Huh.
all like, yeah, it's all varies and works out all
Right,
very
right.
differently. Yeah, and like other schools get more half terms. So I only do the 3 half terms. We get a summer one, Christmas, and an Easter one.
Yeah.
And then other schools get like 2 more extra ones within that, just like really random ones. Um, yeah, it
So
just
what is
depends.
it now? What's it called? Half
half
term, is
term.
that
Yeah.
like a day off?
So that's like a week off or 2 weeks off for
Oh.
like, yeah, it's like summer
Oh,
break, but
okay.
like
Yeah,
shorter
yeah.
within
Right,
the
you're
year.
right. Between Christmas and New Year's.
Yes, we normally get like 2 weeks off then, and
Yep.
then at Easter, normally 1 or 2 weeks
Right,
off.
right. Yeah, we do the same with we
Yeah.
call it spring break. Yeah.
Spring break. I was in Mexico
Spring break.
when spring break was happening,
Mm.
and that's all like we were out there. My brother was getting married, and like that's all we kept saying. We were like spring break, and then all the Americans was having looking at us like, "No, you're not American." We were
So you
we were
guys
like,
don't call it that?
no, it was just summer holidays.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, real boring.
Yeah. Well, have you seen that movie called Spring Breakers?
Yeah,
Okay. I know every time somebody talks about spring, I always think of that.
yeah. Oh, I love it. Spring break.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so we don't get that. I mean, obviously, I'm never gonna complain. Like, I get loads of time off compared to other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
You better not
but
complain.
yeah, yeah, no, honestly, I don't. I'm like, I need more time. No, I'm kidding. I'm like,
Right?
at this time, I'm like, get my birthday done, and then I'm kind of ready to go back to work.
Yeah.
I did like a summer club, like 2 weeks ago, just a bit of extra money and just seeing
What's
like
that?
some of the it's like kind of like a club, like because obviously we're off at work, but obviously other
Yeah.
people have still got to work, so it's just a little club where they can bring like kind of like a creche, and then you take your children there for a few hours, and then yeah, I help run it for a couple of weeks,
Oh,
and then yeah,
okay.
yeah, some of
So
my
do you have
children are
to
like
do they have to
gone.
like you have to teach like class, or are you
Not
just kind
really,
of
no.
just
It's
hanging
just
out?
like,
Oh, okay.
yeah, just hanging
Kind of
out
like a
rather than
daycare
like,
kind of just
yeah, real
summer camp kind
relaxed.
of thing.
Yeah, like you don't
Okay.
have to do any of it. Like, you just have to come
Art
in.
stuff and
Yeah, like you take the
projects.
register and, then you send them off to do whatever they need to do for a couple of
Okay.
hours.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's nice, 'cause especially because some of my students are like now moving on, so it was a good like way to see them again in a more relaxed setting rather than like at school normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the parents stick around because it finishes at 2:30, so it finishes a lot earlier, and the parents like hang around and chat to you a little bit, and
Okay.
yeah,
That's cool.
it was nice. So I did that for a week.
Yeah.
Is why not? Hey, try and be a good person sometimes.
Now, what grade do you teach again?
Like reception, so I guess like 5-year-olds, 4 to 5.
Oh shit. Okay.
I don't know what that was.
I was thinking it was the older, like the ones that are just getting ready to go to the next like level, like 8 and 9, 10-year-olds or
Oh
whatever.
no, that's
Okay.
like year 6 for us, and then they go into year
Gotcha.
7.
Right.
Like so we have primary school, then secondary school. But
Yeah.
I know it's
So you got the
is would
five
that be
and
a
six year
preschool
olds.
for you? Preschool is free to no, yeah, four
Preschool
to
is preschool is like 3 and 4.
yeah.
Yeah. And then regular, we call it kindergarten.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is like you start when you're 5 or 6,
Yes. So
and
that's
then you go.
reception for us.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
then it then goes on to like year 1 and year 2 and
Yeah. So you're a kindergarten teacher. Awesome. Hell yeah.
that's fun.
Oh, those 5 and 6 year olds, man, they're so fun.
Oh yeah, they're
My
brutal.
granddaughter is she's 4. She just turned 4, and I was telling somebody about this. She's 4. She just turned 4, and she acts like she's 15. So it's because she can speak in full sentences, and
Yeah,
she's got her own attitude and everything.
yeah.
So the other few weeks ago, she was like leaning over the part of the deck, and I said, get away from there. I don't want you falling off. She's like, it's fine, it's fine, and just walked away, throwing her arms like that at me. I said, okay,
Okay.
it's fine. I laugh about it. I laugh so hard about that. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I was like,
they
where did
are.
this come from?
Like we have our routines, we've got our, teacher times, we've got all of that, but like you never know what the day is going to bring with them. Like
For
you have your
sure.
routine, but you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, at least you
And,
got them before they get the the smug attitude,
Yeah, I would never like so when I was doing like my course and stuff, I had to help out in a daycare, I had to help out in a primary school, so had to help out in a lot of different ages.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I got to the older age, I was like, nah. I was like, the teachers have to put up with a lot. I was like, and it's not even
Uh-huh.
fun. I'm like, it's just rude.
Yeah, like you've got to be just stoic or something. Like,
Yeah.
what? You can't just be relaxed because they'll take
No.
advantage of it.
Yeah. And you can't
Oh
be
yeah.
weak because they can smell it.
Oh my
I mean, I
God, for
remember when I
real.
was back in school and, especially like supply teachers and stuff, the
Yeah.
ones that would come in and help out for the day,
Yep.
we were brutal. Like
Oh yeah.
like now I look back, I'm like, I was horrible, but I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Kids are
I was really
horrible.
quiet. I was really quiet in school.
Was you?
Yeah. It's really weird because I didn't come out of my shell until, well, you know how when you put your airsoft gear on, you're
Yes.
like, it changes.
Yeah.
That's how I was with sports. So with football,
Yeah.
so I started football when I was like in fourth grade and then played all through. Well, when I was in school, I was very quiet,
Hmm.
very quiet. Everyone would talk to me. They were like, "Oh, you're such a good listener," because I'd be like, "Uh-huh, whatever." I
Yeah.
wouldn't talk. I
Yeah.
was really quiet. And then football, man, I put the helmet on. I
Gone.
am
Yeah.
like gung ho. I'm talking. I'm yelling at the guys. I was captain of the defensive team, and
Yeah.
so totally night and day. And then, but yeah, in school I was really quiet and stuff. So
I
yeah,
think I've always been a bit of a loudmouth. Especially like if I'm around people, like I'm comfortable around you and my friends, and I've always been like the louder one.
yeah,
I guess growing up with two brothers, you've got to try and stand out for
right.
yourself a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Plus
Otherwise, I'll get
you.
left behind.
Oh yeah, and well, you gotta, you had to make you had to be heard.
Yeah,
You had to be noticed. I mean, that's part of it.
yeah,
For sure. I was talking with somebody else about how the first time you and I talked, you were talking about your brothers, and
hmm
you were like the second one really didn't. We don't get along that well. I said, yeah, because he's the middle child. You're the baby. Like, of
yeah,
course he's not gonna like you. You took all the attention away from
yeah,
him. Okay, so I was just talking with somebody else, a
yeah,
similar situation, and we were talking about the same thing. It's such a common thing.
yeah.
So, oh yeah.
The middle child's always got issues as well. That's what I say.
Oh, I'm a middle child, so I know
Yeah,
I've been in that's why as I got older, I didn't realize why I didn't like my younger sister as
yeah,
much as my older sister. And I'm like, I don't get it. We never knew about middle child stuff
yeah,
until when I was late, like an adult later on. And I'm like, "Oh, that makes a lot of sense." So I read all these different books about personalities and childhood and whatever,
hmm
psychology and stuff. And then I was like, okay, now I understand myself
yeah,
a little more, and it honestly, it helped me kind of let go of these things I had that I didn't even
yeah,
know that I had, like I just knew that I had kind of some disdain for my younger sister, but
hmm
not my older sister. So I was like, what? I don't know. Like we all got along the same
yeah,
growing up. It just, but yeah, so middle child.
yeah.
Hell yeah. So what do you guys got planned for your airsoft stuff? You guys going to something what'd you say in September?
So we're just going to start up going again, I think, in September. I know that it's quite well known. I don't know if you've heard of it, but Driverwood,
Yeah.
the airsoft. Yeah, I will probably go back there. They've been doing a lot of upgrades this summer. I
Oh,
think they've
good.
built like a whole like building from what I can sort of see. He's sort of like,
Yeah.
I think his name's Gareth, and he kind of, puts up little sneak pictures of stuff, and it looks like some kind of church maybe, because the
Oh
site is
shit.
huge and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's all outside, but most of it is woodlands, and they've got a couple of buildings. He's got like helicopter, and he's got loads of big props, and real vehicles on the field.
Yeah.
But as far as like buildings, there isn't and like my new video, it's he built like a little CQB area, and that's
Hmm.
where my new airsoft video is based in there because we did like a 5v5 in there. It was amazing. Um but it is mostly outside, so it would be quite nice if he's built some buildings within that as well because
Right.
yeah, again I love CQB, so I'll be in there.
Right.
Like a
Yeah.
little rat
The
trap.
speed stuff. That's cool. Hell
Yeah, I
yeah.
think yeah, go there. Maybe go to some other places like Red One. We've got one just down the road to us.
Hmm.
We've been a couple of times. It's not well known and it's not as like, big and fancy, but it's still a good site and they're nice there as well. Like the marshals make it. I think if the marshals are a bit funny,
Hmm.
it does put me off some places.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, have you guys ever gone to Dirty Dog? I've heard a lot
Yeah.
about that
Oh
place.
no. No, we was gonna go and then we didn't. Yeah, because that one's quite far from us.
Okay.
So I do need to go there, and Warzone I need to go to as well.
Gotcha.
There's a few, and then there's a bunker one that I want to go to because I
Oh,
bought all
okay.
of that. Again, we was gonna go to the bunker one, and I can't.
Yeah.
I think we maybe went in lockdown again. I can't remember because I had all that stuff as well. Like I had all the torch and everything ready, and then we
Oh
didn't end
shit.
up going.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So there's a
Okay.
lot. There's a lot on the tick list.
Yeah, nice. You guys have some good fields out there. I've heard a lot
Yeah,
about
really
Dirty Dog. I've heard a
lucky.
lot about the Driver Wood.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Dirty Dog is, I think there's loads of people, and I think they have like a photographer there because you always see like the pictures, and
Yes.
then they got at the bottom it says, has their little name, and I'm like, oh, they go there too.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
always quite nice
there's
to
some
know.
really good pictures that come out of those
Yeah.
some of those places
Some,
I've
yeah,
seen.
like it's insane. Like bearing in mind they're action shots, like, people aren't posing for these. Um,
Exactly.
And it's like, how are you doing that? It looks
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, they're the best ones. The action shots are the ones that I'm here for. I could look at them all day, to be honest. Even like when I've had my photo taken, you go through the gallery and you pick out your own. I'm there like looking at other people's like, wow, hopefully they buy that. That looks sick.
Yeah, that's cool. That I just talked to I did a podcast last night with a photographer.
Hmm.
So he plays airsoft, but mostly he goes to take pictures
Yeah.
and got some really really good. Check out his Instagram. It's Trenton Timberlake, just
Yeah.
like Justin Timberlake. Trenton Timberlake,
Yeah.
which is funny. He's actually related to him.
Really?
I swear to God, I was like, I purposely didn't ask him,
Yeah.
like the joke or whatever,
Uh-huh.
because he's probably heard that forever.
Yeah.
So at the end, he mentioned something, and I said, yeah, uh, yeah, I didn't say anything because I'm sure you've heard that your whole life, like, oh, what are you related to? And he goes, yeah, I am. And I said, what? No way. And he goes, yeah, yeah. We're like, I mean, distant cousins, like
Yeah,
seven,
but
but
like
we
it's
did
there.
his family, looked it up or whatever, and they are related. He's like, I'm sure he doesn't know who I am, but yeah, we're related. And I said, holy shit. Because they've done like the family tree thing and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. He goes, yeah, so, because I'm going to buy a picture from him, from
Yeah.
his Instagram. Um, so he's gonna make one for me. I'll pick a picture that I really like, and then he'll frame it and everything. He goes, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll even sign it for you. He goes, in fact, I'll just sign my last name. That way, if you want to sell it later on, you could say it's.
I love that.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah, he's
That's
got some really good
unexpected.
shots.
Yeah,
But
I just
he
I
was.
just followed him now. I'll have a look
Oh, good,
later.
good. Yeah, so he was saying that when they go to the airsoft stuff, so
Hmm.
the action shots, he was talking about the whatever, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
the certain lens he uses
Yeah.
that captures that where you can do those really fast shots
Hmm.
where you don't have to worry about zooming in or focusing or whatever, you just kind of turn and shoot,
Yeah.
and so it really helps with getting those really good shots and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So
So
yeah, that's
expensive,
cool.
all of that as
Oh yeah.
well.
Oh
I
yeah.
I
Well, that
bet
was the
that
other
lens
thing.
is
Yeah, he said, and that's the other thing he said. He goes, so that one, that lens that I use on the field is about $200. So it's not that much. He goes, so if it gets shot out, whatever. But he said the other ones, because I asked him, do you ever use the long zoom ones, to get
Yeah.
these really cool, like, and he's like, we don't usually take those to the fields
No.
because if they get shot out, they're very
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I mean, they like the photographers where I go, like when I've been to some places, they're like in high vises. They look like a marshal, and still
Hmm.
they end up getting shot. And I'm like,
Sure.
I remember one photographer like lost his shit and was just like, if you're gonna keep fucking shooting me, and I was like I wasn't even shooting him, but I was scared. I was like, oh my God. And I think he ended up leaving halfway through the day.
Yeah.
But I don't blame them. Like, it's their own time, Like, they probably don't
Yeah.
make tons off of it. So
Right.
it's more for our benefit than theirs.
Yeah, true.
And then they have to
It
get
helps. I
shot.
mean, they it kind of builds their profile or
Yeah.
their whatever, portfolio, I guess you call it. But
Yeah.
they, oh yeah.
It's a lot
Well,
of
listen,
pain.
Chloe, I really appreciate you coming on here. I
Yeah,
know
thank you.
yeah, I kind of bugged you for a month or so. Like, hey, when you coming back
No,
on
I'm
here?
glad you did. I'm glad you did.
Well, it's been really nice because you were the first female airsofter I had on the podcast. There you go. See, props. Uh, and that opened up a huge.
Yeah.
Well, because of you, a lot more girls were more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because when I would contact a lot of these females, I would be like, "Hey, if you want to check it out," and I would put the link or tell them to go check out the one with me and you,
Yeah.
and then it would be like, "Oh yeah, okay, I'll come
Ah,
on in."
yay.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
remember in our WhatsApp group, someone said, "Oh, I've been invited on the podcast." Because I don't put there's nothing to link me to my personal one, not even really any
Right.
photos of my face, whereas my WhatsApp is obviously my personal picture. So I don't think they knew
Okay.
it was me that was on there.
Right.
So they put, "Oh, Echo has just done one. I've seen her one, and I think I want to go on too." And then I popped up and I was like, "Oh, I'm Echo." And they're like, "Oh, hey!" Like, I don't think they realized because
Right.
yeah, there's nothing, I don't really show my face on my airsoft one because they're always like, action shots or whatever. My
Oh
face
yeah,
is
you're always
covered.
wearing your gear. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was quite nice and like to be like mentioned. I was like, "Oh, that's me."
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah,
That's so
no,
cool.
thank you. It's been a
Yeah, thank
pleasure.
you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been great. Well, you guys have, anyone watching this or listening, go check out Englefield Echo on her YouTube and Instagram, and go see her rushing all the players out there, going like crazy.
Shouting at them.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great. No, thanks again, Chloe. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you. Keep an eye out for more content as well. It's
Yeah.
coming, okay? It's coming.
Yeah, you better. You better. We're following. We're watching.
Take care.
All
I'll
right.
speak to you
Have a good
soon.
day. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.